Hey guys, Jennifer here with the Family Fudge, and in today's video the kids and I have a fun food challenge to share with you. In this challenge, each kid is only allowed to eat foods that are a certain color for 24 hours. Now if you've been following this channel for a while, you'll probably already know that I love making color themed lunches. So this challenge is pretty similar, but a lot more involved. We actually started this challenge last night by letting each kid spin the wheel to determine the color they would have. Okay, Kenzie first.
Blue. My turn. Purple.
Purple.
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay, Griffin's turn.
Your turn. Spin it. Yellow.
Oh, try again.
Spin.
Try again. What color is that?
Green.
Okay, you can go with green. Okay, so now we know who has what color. Now it's going to be my job to create a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner for each child using only the color that they picked. And make sure to stay tuned because I'm not just sharing what I'm making, you're also gonna get to see the kids' reaction and they're gonna let us know whether they like the meals or not. So wish me luck, you guys, and I will see you in the morning. Hey guys, and good morning. I am ready to start this day off with some colorful meals. So first up, I'm making Griffin's breakfast. And anytime I think of green and breakfast, I automatically think of a green smoothie. And I think this is something he's going to love. Of course, I love it as well because it's super simple. I'm just using some fresh spinach leaves, some frozen pineapple chunks, a banana to sweeten it up, and then I'm also using a little bit of almond milk. So basically, I've just added all of my ingredients to this blender, and then I just blended it up until it was completely smooth. I wanted to make sure that there wasn't any little pieces of spinach still visible because that definitely turns my kids off. And then instead of putting this in a cup, I thought it would be really fun to build a little smoothie bowl. So now normally with a smoothie bowl you'd put lots of different toppings on top in a beautiful design, but since this is a green breakfast after all, I'm kind of limited. I'm just gonna add a few slices of kiwi. I know Griffin loves kiwi, followed by a little bit of shredded coconut, green coconut to be exact. And then on the side I'm just gonna add a few slices of green apple. Now I think this looks super good. I'm gonna quickly move on to the other kids' breakfasts. Next up I'm going to be making Lily's breakfast. Lily chose the color purple. I decided to make some purple waffles. This is just some regular pancake and waffle mix. I added a tiny bit of purple so that they would be a really pretty lavender color. Now this is totally reminding me of my favorite purple food, which is ube. If you've never tried it before, you definitely should. Ube is a purple yam originally from the Philippines. And if I had some of that on hand, I would definitely use it. And then as you can see, instead of using just a regular waffle iron, I decided to use this cute little heart-shaped one that I bought back in February around Valentine's Day. I think the trick for these is to not overcook them, otherwise you're kind of left with a purplish brown color. So now that the waffles are done, I'm gonna go ahead and add those to a plate, and then to go along with them, I'm going to add some purple yogurt. Technically, this is mixed berry yogurt, but as you can see, it's the perfect color for this lunch, just a nice light purple color, and I think it goes so well with this breakfast. Okay guys, now this next breakfast is all about yellow, and of course this one is for Jackson. Surprisingly, yellow foods are really not that hard to find. I'm just gonna go ahead and make him some scrambled eggs, which is really nice because not only is it yellow, but scrambled eggs are something that I know Jackson loves. I'm actually really glad that Lily didn't get yellow because she hates eggs. She will not eat them these days at all. So now normally when I make scrambled eggs for Jackson, he likes it if I add a little bit of cheese on top, but unfortunately I don't have any yellow cheese. But I think if I go ahead and add a sprinkle of white cheese that it's gonna melt right in and it's not really gonna change the color of the eggs. So now I'm just going to add these onto the plate, just like this. And then to finish off Jackson's breakfast, I'm also going to be adding in a banana. Okay guys, now that brings me to Mackenzie's breakfast. Now she got the color blue, which is another really challenging color, but luckily when it comes to breakfast, you really can find quite a lot of sugary cereals that are blue. So for her breakfast today, we're going with these blueberry Cheerios. We've never tried these before, but I'm pretty sure Mackenzie will like them. My only concern is that they might actually look more purple than they do blue, even though they're blueberry. Oh no, you guys, they do look a little bit more purple than blue, but that's okay. Don't consider this cheating. And then lastly, to go along with the cereal, I'm also going to be giving Kenzie some blueberry yogurt. This is the kind with the blueberries on the bottom, so I'll go ahead and mix that up all together, and at least that does look blue. Okay, so now that everyone's breakfast is finally ready, I'm going to let them have it and see what they think. First up, we have Griffin and Mackenzie. And now it's Lily and Jackson's turn.
1, 2, 3, open! Ooh! Yes. Banana.
Whose is better? Okay guys, now that brings me to my favorite meal of the day, which is lunch, of course. And even though the kids are going to be eating their lunch at home, I'm still going to pack their lunches in our lunch boxes because not only do they look really cute that way, but if there's any leftovers, I can just close up the box, stick it in the fridge, and the kids can eat it later. So I decided to start with Lily's lunch first, since hers is probably going to take the longest. And that's because for her main course, I'm going to cook baby potatoes. Well, purple baby potatoes to be exact. Now you guys, these really do just taste like regular potatoes. They're nice and tender. You don't have to peel them at all. But of course, the best part is they are actually purple. Check it out. These look so cool. And I'm pretty sure potato is something that Lily will eat, so it's definitely a win. So for these potatoes, I went ahead and just cut them in half. Now I'm just adding them to a baking sheet. I'm going to drizzle them with oil, add some salt, pepper, and garlic. Then I'm going to stick them in the oven until they're nice and tender. So now that I have the potatoes in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the rest of the lunch. For Lily's fruit, I'm going to add in some purple grapes. And you guys, check out the size of these grapes. They are massive. They almost look like little plums. But the best part is these are seedless, so I know Lily's going to appreciate that. You guys, these grapes are so big. I think I can only fit like 3, maybe 4 tops. Next, for Lily's vegetable, I'm going to throw in some purple carrots. Now, purple carrots really do just taste like regular carrots, to me anyway. But if you cut them open, they are actually orange inside. They're just purple on the outside. Okay guys, so now these potatoes are done. They cooked surprisingly fast, but they are pretty small. So I'm just going to add as many as I can fit over here. These really do smell so good. I do have to say though, after they're cooked, they're not quite as purple, but they still are purple, so I think they're good. I'm just going to add a few embellishments in here and then move on to Lily's snack. Now, this is something I know she's going to love. This is a no sugar added cherry flavored applesauce. And you guys, even though it is cherry, this applesauce really does look like a very pretty violet color, so it's perfect for this lunch. I'm going to go ahead and just take it out of this little container and get it into the lunchbox. And then last but not least, for Lily's sweet treat, I thought you would be super jazzed to see these tricks. Because after all, tricks are for kids, right? This is something that I don't normally buy very often, so it's definitely a special treat. And of course, since this is a purple only lunch, I'm only going to be putting in the purple pieces, which are supposed to look like little grapes. And there you have it. That's everything in Lily's lunch. Now I'm going to move on to Griffin's lunch. For Griffin's main course, I'm going to give him a green quesadilla. And then with all these lunches, I'm going to be adding in as many color-coded embellishments as I can. This part is just optional, but since I have a lot of these bento accessories on hand, I'm gonna use them. Now moving on to Griffin's fruit and veggie. Over in this corner, I'm gonna add in some green grapes, and then right next to them, I'm going to squeeze in just a few slices of cucumber. Griffin is not the biggest fan of cucumber, so I'm crossing my fingers that he eats these. Next, I'm gonna move on to Griffin's special treat. Now this is something I know he's going to love. It is a key lime pie flavored yogurt. Of course, I love it because it is that nice light green color, and I'm just gonna fit as much of this as I can into his lunchbox. And then to make this extra special, I'm just going to sprinkle a few little sprinkles on top. Next, in this front section of the lunchbox, I'm going to add in a few little snacks. These are veggie chips, but of course, since this is a green only lunch, I'm just gonna pick out the green ones. And these little chips really do fit pretty well right in this section. You know, I really do love these bento boxes, but sometimes it's a little bit challenging to find foods that fit in these little spaces. In this little section in the center, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some edamame. All of my kids love this stuff. I get it frozen and then I just heat it up as we need it. This kind is already out of the shell. It's lightly salted, so it is so quick and easy. Okay guys, 2 lunches down and 2 to go. Next up is Jackson's lunch. And even though his lunchbox is blue, the food inside it has to be yellow. So for this lunch, I'm going to start with his main course first, which are just a few of these super cute mini corn dogs. Now, normally with corn dogs, I would add in some ketchup, but since this is a yellow lunch, I'm gonna add in some mustard. Now, moving on to Jackson's fruit, I'm gonna add in some fresh pineapple. I just cut this into big chunks, and I'm gonna fit as many as I can in this back section. And just for fun, I am gonna throw in some yellow food picks. Now in this little front section here, I'm gonna add in some corn. I know Jackson will be excited to see this. And then in this last section here, I'm going to add in a special treat. Now, this is something I've never actually made before either. This is lemon flavored Jell-O pudding. I was originally thinking of putting in banana pudding. Since I actually don't have any in the house right now, I'm going to use this lemon instead. And now I'm just going to finish off this lunch by adding in a cute little bee embellishment. Alright, so now that brings us to Mackenzie's lunch. And even though her lunchbox is pink, the food inside it is gonna need to be blue. Okay, so for Mackenzie's lunch, I decided to do sort of a breakfast for lunch thing, and I thought she would love some blueberry pancakes. So first I'm just taking some batter, and then I'm just adding a tiny bit of blue to this. Now you guys, the trick to making pancakes for a lunchbox is to make sure to make them nice and small. That way they can fit in the lunchbox. I'm going to add in this little silicone liner. Instead of just adding the regular kind, I thought it would be really fun to try this blueberry syrup. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour just a little bit into the separate container. Now you guys, if I was sending this to school, I would definitely make sure to use a container with a lid, but since the kids are eating this at home, it's really not a big deal. Now moving on to Mackenzie's fruit, I'm just gonna add in some blueberries right over here. I'm gonna add in some food picks as well. And then when it comes to the vegetable, I could not find any vegetables that were blue, but I was able to find some of these blue corn tortilla chips. So I think this will be a really yummy snack to go with this lunch. I'm just gonna fit a few here in the back. And then for Mackenzie's snack, I'm gonna add in some blue raspberry applesauce. Now I did put this applesauce in the kids' lunches last week, and I know a couple of the kids didn't like it, but I don't remember if that was Mackenzie. So hopefully she liked it and she'll like it again. Maybe if I sprinkle a couple of blue sprinkles on top, she'll like it better? We'll see. Okay guys, now that brings us to Mackenzie's special treat. I thought it'd be really fun to add in some of these hazelnut spread M&Ms. Now you guys will have to let me know in the comments down below if you've ever tried these. I have to say that personally I'm a huge Nutella fan, and these M&Ms don't really taste very Nutella-y, but they are still pretty good. But of course, since this is a blue lunch, I'm only going to be adding in the blue ones, which for this bag is only like 4. There's only 4 blue ones in the entire bag. And now last but not least for Mackenzie's drink, I found this really interesting looking blueberry lemonade. Now this is a drink that she's probably going to end up sharing with me because I definitely want to try it.
Lunchtime!
Alright, first up we have Jackson and Lily.
Alright. Corn. Now. Pretty good.
And now it's time for Mackenzie and Griffin.
Ooh, that's cool. Royal Cali.
Okay guys, what'd you think?
I loved it. Loved it.
Okay, let's look at Lily's. What was your favorite part, Lily?
My favorite part was the grapes, this, and this.
What was your least favorite part?
The these because there wasn't any ranch.
Oh, but ranch is in purple. And Kenzie, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part was these pancakes.
And your least favorite part?
This syrup kind of thing because it actually tastes like great medicine.
Yeah, that was surprising. I thought it would be really good. Okay, Griffin, how'd you do? Looks like you ate almost everything.
I liked the corn dogs and this.
You liked his corn dogs the best?
And this.
And your yogurt?
And these. My favorite part was the corn dogs, but I didn't like the mustard.
What about this?
It was good.
It was just so-so? No lemon pudding for you? Okay guys, so now it's dinner time and I have to say I'm losing steam. So these dinners are going to be really, really easy. First up is Griffin's green dinner. And for this, I'm going to cook up some of this spinach and cheese tortellini and I'm going to mix it with some pesto. Now this actually smells really good. Tortellini and pesto is something we have quite often, so I'm sure he's gonna like it. What I'm not so sure he's gonna like are these sides. I have some green beans, some pickles, some broccoli, and some grapes. Now for Lily's purple dinner, I took the rest of the purple potatoes and I turned them into some cheesy mashed potatoes. To go along with this dinner, I'm also adding in some blueberries because after all, they really do look more purple than blue. For a little bit of a dessert, I'm adding in some purple pudding. And then because I really don't have any other purple items in the house, I'm also gonna throw in a little grape juice. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is gonna be her favorite thing from the whole dinner, even though it's not really food. Next up is Mackenzie's blue dinner. And for this, I actually started with a box of Annie's white shell mac and cheese. Now I really wanted the white shells because I thought it'd be a lot easier to turn them blue. Because I'm pretty sure if you added blue coloring to regular mac and cheese, you would probably end up with green mac and cheese. But I ended up just adding a little bit of blue into here, so I ended up with this really pretty teal color, which I wasn't expecting. Okay guys, so now comes the cheating part. There it is. I'm gonna admit it, I'm cheating because I don't have any other foods in this entire house that are actually blue. So I'm giving Mackenzie some milk in a blue cup. Then I'm also gonna give her this Rice Krispie treat because it is also in blue package. Now I actually looked everywhere in my house, my pantry, my fridge, my freezer, and I was just searching all over for blue foods and this is the only thing I could come up with. But honestly, I think she's gonna love it. Okay guys, now last but not least is Jackson's yellow dinner. For his main course, I heated up some corn chowder. This is just some Campbell's store-bought soup, but it's really good. Now to go along with this, I'm gonna add in a little bit of corn and the star of the show, some yellow rice. You guys, this is so good. I buy this in these little packages and it already has all the seasonings and spices in there. And then lastly, for a little dessert, I'm just gonna be adding in one golden Oreo, which is very yellow on the outside. Okay guys, now everyone's dinner is ready to go. I've definitely felt like a short order cook today. It's time to let the kids dig in and then they're gonna let us know what they thought. Who's ready for dinner?
Me!
Okay, open them 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, mac and cheese.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yum. Here we go. What's this?
It's mashed potatoes. Bite them.
Okay, open. Ooh, what's this? What's that?
Is it a thumbs up? Thumbs down. Thumbs up! Yay! Got you. You know you're on camera, right?
Oh no! I opened this and the milk just sprayed everywhere. Oh no. Oh no.
What happened, Kenzie?
I opened this and the milk just exploded everywhere. My turn. I lost like a
Okay, Miss Lily, what's your favorite part?
This.
You have a bit of a thing here. Jackson, what's your favorite?
Corn.
Of course. Griffin, what's your favorite? Pickles? Really? And Kenzie?
Mac and cheese.
Ooh, that is good mac and cheese.
Mommy,
Yes.
I love pickles
And your pesto?
and...
Oh, good.
Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Okay guys, now that brings me to the most important part. I would love to know in the comments down below, out of all the different colors of food today, which one was your favorite? And which one was your least favorite? Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.